Hello, hello, hello. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing. I don't know what's happening here. Let's move back out of my channel. Okay, we've got... we are live, but I've got it registered twice. So hold on a second. I'm going to see if I can... technical difficulties. Doesn't surprise me. Energy's a little bit wackadoodle. I'm going to just keep doing this while everybody finds us. Give people a minute to find us here. So, going back in here. That one's live. This one we're going to delete forever. Yes, hello, hello, hello. Hopefully you will find me over there on the channel. I'm going to turn the dinging off. Silent mode on. Quit that and hopefully clear the decks. Clear the decks. Welcome everybody who is making your way into the live. I hope you find me here. I had to restart it, so I'm clearing the energy because the energy's whoa. I don't know if you guys got hit hard this afternoon, just a couple of hours back there. It really felt like woof, a heavy wave coming in. We are getting pummeled by solar flares. Like every single day, I see new notifications for solar flares that are happening, and it's not pleasant. So I'm just waiting a minute to give people a chance. Today's read was totally impromptu. I didn't anticipate that I was going to be doing a read, but here we are. And started with some technical difficulties, so I apologize if you get lost, and I hope you find your way towards us. I think it's just me that's watching at the present moment in time, but I'm going to go ahead and pull some cards because I would like to know what Spirit has to say to us for now and see what's coming in. Before I do, I'm just going to hop over. Maybe what I should do is actually this new link, send the new link out. That's what I should do. I should send the new link out into the land of Facebook. We are live. Here we go. And yes, welcome everybody. I hope you're all having an authentic new year. I'm not going to wish anybody a happy new year. I'm going to wish you all an authentic new year. So it doesn't matter what energies you're in. You don't need to feel bad if you don't happen to be feeling happy. You can be feeling whatever you want to be feeling. Whatever is real for you in this present moment in time is the energy that you're in, and I'm sending you love no matter what energy that is. Happy, sad, anxious, fearful, nervous, doesn't matter. We're getting hit too hard energetically with these solar flares. So let's see. I started today in a relatively grounded place. Did a video today called The Pledge. This is Pledge 2. Please check that out. It's a good way to start the year, is to set the year with some intentions. And so I set those. And now we're going to get some guidance, because in the pledge we said that we were going to let Spirit lead. And so Spirit is going to give us some tips and some guidance of what it is that we need to lead us into. So I'm starting with a new deck here called the Inner Child Oracle. And because I think our inner child needs a little bit of love and attention this New Year's Day. And the first message up to us is card number 2. Which is interesting, because so we've had 2, as in pledge 2, and now we have card number 2. So that's 2 2s coming up first and foremost, and the message is accept what is. And what is my glasses aren't here. I didn't bring my glasses back in. The exact act of acceptance will bring peace. So we have a beautiful spiritual person here with an illuminated being in their enlightened state. Full moon energy. I'll zoom in as much as possibly can to see that. In a cosmic vista. A cosmic vista in a sea of flowers. And this person seems to be just kind of resigned to accepting whatever it is. So whatever is bubbling up, and we have all kinds of things bubbling up. You can see all these different flowers down here. We've got reds and yellows and blues. So there's a bubbling up of, okay, at moments there's some confidence, there's some insecurity. At moments there's some feeling grounded, there's some feeling not safe. There might be moments of feeling I'm in my authentic self, I feel fantastic. Oh no, I'm feeling a little bit more nervous now. And so fluctuating energies is what is. And so we're going to accept in any given moment what is coming up for us in the observer, and just go, oh look, I am experiencing the emotion that is anxiety right now. I'm going to watch myself in my higher perspective because I'm enlightened. I've got this enlightened energy. I'm going to watch myself in this energy, experiencing what it is to experience anxiety. I'm not going to judge it. I'm not going to push it away. I'm not going to distract myself, distort, or do anything else. I'm just going to observe the anxiety that's bubbling up and saying, oh, okay, yes. Okay, I can be in this for this moment. This too shall pass. Everything is going to move into something else. So yes, we have many different energies coming in. I like how we have all these energies from above that are also shining in on this. We've got two bright, brilliant, so there's another two bright matching stars from above that's shining, and in behind us we're in this sacred space. We're being held still in this sacred space. There's a building here that's holding us in still at the present moment of time. We're accepting we are one with, but we are also separated from. So there's it's not like we're free floating out in the universe with no protections. We have protections. We be aware that we are protected. We are in a space so that we can observe those things that need to come up, so we can accept. Okay, so we're accepting what is. That's what our inner child needs most from us. That's what everything needs from us right now. All our inner beings and aspects of self needs us to accept what is. And what is it in the moment for you? There is, the greatest suffering is the resistance to what is. So the more we practice accepting, the less resistance we're going to have, and the feelings will decrease in intensity and in power over time. So we're cultivating a practice of learning how to deal with each emotion that comes to the surface. Hello, Ellie. Welcome to the read. I'm glad you found us. I had some technical difficulties at the beginning there. But we are here. Card 1 came and popped out, accepting what is. Next up, we're hopping in. Look, there are two right that just jumped out, refused to go back into the deck. We are hopping into the Work Your Light Oracle. And the messages here are, some beautiful pink energy. Oh, it's giving me a nice warm hug. And I was really in a pinky vibe today, as you can see. I'm in pink. I got pink lit behind me, pink being the color of unconditional love, and pink being the color of Archangel Samuel. I've been working a lot with Archangel Samuel lately and asking, please help guide me through all this what is. This what is sometimes difficult. It's not always easy. It's up, it's down, it's all over the place. It's a little bit schizophrenic in its nature, and it's not necessarily pleasant. So calling on the energies of Archangel Samuel for comfort, for care, for love. Please hold my heart space in your care. And we have this almost angelic being standing in this space. And this space is mirrored really quite beautifully. We have another full moon energy. It could be a sun, actually, but it's in fullness. And what came up is called pillar of light. Your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. So I love this card, these pinks and aquamarines. She is rising through this pillar of light that moves its way up. So the more we get ourselves into alignment with ourselves, the more we ascend through and up into the light, our frequency rising. When we're out of alignment with ourselves, it is when we are grounded into the lower, denser energies. So the more we let go, like a hot air balloon rising, we let go of the sandbags, of all the things, all the attachments that are holding us back. We can rise through this elevator and elevate ourselves up through this light. We become our own guidance system, our own oracle. We can look within to get the messages, and it's like we are. It looks, and I love this because it's mirrored, right? It's mirrored energy, both sides. So that would be like feminine and masculine energy are mirroring each other. That would be, the shadow and the light are working in unison in this center place of love, so that we can climb that ladder. And this light that's beaming up is a rainbow, which is our chakras. All of our chakras are in alignment. They're clear. We've been clearing them out. We've been purifying for a really long time. And each purification rises us up a little bit more. Another elevation rises us up a little bit more. And this process, as much as we would like it to be like Star Trek and be like, beam me up, Scotty, and just happen like that, it doesn't happen like that. It happens in spurts. It happens in bursts, and it's difficult. It's like going through the birth canal, and you can see here, it's like almost like a birth canal. The shape here that's existing. So we are birthing ourselves, and anybody that knows anything about birth, although it may sound like a pretty word, ouch, not an easy process. So be gentle, super gentle and loving and kind with ourselves as we become more and more authentically true. This beautiful turquoise is all about throat chakra, authenticity. So we're coming up to higher heart. We're coming up into these energies, these higher energies here. We are being, pushed up into the light so that we become a pillar of light ourselves. Once we are light, that's all we need to do, is we just need to be light. We need to be our authentic self. The more we are in our authenticity, the more we emanate the messages just by our existence. You don't need to go and teach anybody anything. This is kind of an egoic trap that we think that we need to educate people, and we need to let people know and save them and fix them. We don't need to do any of those things. You just need to be you. You save you, and then you elevate up this pillar of light, and then you're like, ah, and then you're just being yourself, and people are like, whoa, what's she doing? What's she got going on? Wow. See? So that person isn't like, hey, you over there, you need to listen to my messages. Come back here. I'm trying to talk to you. No, you just have to be. Let yourself be elevated. So we're being very gentle and just being. The second card that popped out there was Anna, grandmother of Jesus. Seeding the light, laying foundations and divine plan. So again, this soft, maternal, nurturing energy coming in, kind of that watching over, the wise woman energy. Look at this. That is beautiful. Again, look, we've got this, the ring of enlightenment, which matches this ring of enlightenment on this little person here. So as we rise ourselves up through this pillar of light, know, and look, even with this grandmother, there's like another pillar of light coming up, to watch over the creation of everything that's new, that's seeding in. I absolutely love this. This is beautiful. We've got some rose energy coming up. We've got the ties into the past and the connection into wisdom. We've got this interesting juxtaposition on each side of her. One side of her is very maternal, abundant green landscape, and the other landscape behind her is the Sphinx, which is a dry, barren landscape. And she is like, it's okay, whatever comes, which it tied very much into the pledge that I did today, is understanding that whatever comes at us, whether we perceive it as good or bad, is irrelevant, because whatever comes at us is part of this ascension process to help us clear out. So if you have a situation comes in that's extremely stressful or anxiety producing or frustrating or I want out, it's a good thing, because it's helping us ascend up. It's helping us purify and clear out these other energies. So lots of nurturance to us as we are in this this phase of transition, of elevation, of moving into our ancestral, it's like it's in between the past and the future. We are at the tipping point right now, this precipice of something that's an abundant new creation. So we're letting go of the old ruins and we're moving into something new. Well, that's very beautiful. Although nerve-wracking. A little bit nerve-wracking, the energies that are coming in. Not sure if anyone else is feeling extreme anxiety with these sun flares that are coming in. It's my head's been doing the wobble. I know when extreme energy comes in, when I'm like, meh. So it is. Let's, as I'm shuffling, let's just check in with the comments here. Hello, Aurora. I love your name. Oh my God, Aurora Hope. That's the best name ever. Yes, the bringer of light and hope. Love that. Good to see you. Happy New Year. Well, I'm not wishing anyone happy anything this year. I'm wishing you an authentic New Year, because not everybody can be happy. I've let go of the pursuit of happiness and into the pursuit of authenticity. So authentic New Year to you, because I just have to be different. We have Sabine in the house. Hello, Sabine. Ellie is also experiencing anxiety. Yes. Did it come on just a couple of hours ago, like hitting a wall? Yeah. I went down on all fours and just before I did my coming on, I was in child's pose, just put the forehead there onto Mother Earth and had some conversations with Mother Gaia, talking about, grandmother energy, and said, please help ground some of this energy that's coming in, because it's intense. So we have Messenger coming in from the Starseed Oracle, and it says serious energy, bringing harmony and balance. Oh, thank you. Please bring some harmony and balance. All that fluctuating energy has been intense. And again, we have a lot more of this turquoise energy coming in. And what I love about this messenger card is, again, look, both of these, all three of these cards. Okay, so we had Pillar of Light. Look at her arms. Okay, she's in the cross. She is balanced. on both sides. Doesn't it look like she's got 2 wings there coming in? She's getting her wings. Then look at Mama, Grandma. Where are her arms? Oh, look, her arms are out. She's in a cross. She's standing. And then, look, we got our messenger. Look at the hands. Where are the hands? They're in a cross. They're also in receiving. Okay, so we have all of these energies, 3 cards in a row, 3 through 3, coming in, and the figures in all 3 of them are saying, I am here, I am ready to receive. I am in balance. The hands aren't like this. The hands aren't like this. The hands aren't tucked in their pockets. The hands in all of these energies are allowing ourselves to be open to receive whatever is in our highest and greatest good, which goes back to it, whether we perceive it as good or bad or negative or positive. That's duality. That would be one hand like this and one hand down there. That's what duality is. No, we're like over here going, I'm in a balance. I'm in harmony. I accept this anxiety that's coming in that my old version of self would have found as a no, something I would wanted to push away. I'm going to accept it and I'm going to sit in it and I'm going to observe it with compassion. I'm going to balance this energy with this energy. Oh, I have anger coming up. Okay, some love. Oh, I have doubt and confusion. Oh, maybe some more nurturance. I'm going to balance it. Whatever the energy is that is coming in, whatever it looks like, we're going to just counterbalance it with some love, kindness, compassion, gentleness, and let it be. We are open to receive whatever the universe is ready to give us, because that is what it is to be authentic, is to be in whatever energy that comes along. A lot of crystalline energy here, and that's a good thing, which is telling me also all of a sudden I'm getting a message, make sure that you're eating salt. I don't mean table salt. I mean Celtic sea salt and or Himalayan sea salt in your diet, because then you're getting the minerals that you require to help facilitate you in this ascension that you're going through. So there's a nice messenger is telling us to get yourself a handful of Celtic salt. You can get coarse Celtic salt and put one of those little guys under your tongue a couple times a day and have with a glass of water. And that's going to help balance your electrolytes. So we want to keep everything in balance. Balance. Salt is not the enemy. It depends on what kind of salt, what kind of water, what kind of, you got to pick and choose. So talking about messengers, let us move into the Archeo deck and see what kind of archetypical energy is coming at play for us. And yes, last few hours came on, anxiety and unease in the tummy. Yes. Yeah, major solar flares are happening. So I think maybe afterwards, in fact, I even noticed while I was setting up my YouTube that Cassandra, our very favorite Yoga with Cassandra lady, has just posted 2 days ago yin yoga for the new year routine. So I have not done it. It's not in my yin yoga playlist, which I do have to help you guys find good yin yoga classes that I've done. Interesting. She's got a yin yoga for the new year. So I'm going to do that right after this to help ground some of that energy. Because as we are in this ascension, if we want harmony and balance, we need to ground ourselves, because we don't want to fly up too high, because then we'll be away with the fairies and get lightheaded, migraines, those types of situations. So we need to ground the energy as much as we possibly can, especially if anxiety and things like that are coming in. So how about we all do some grounding yoga, yin only. I don't recommend any others. And the energy that is coming in, yeah, there's a little horn, is the Awakener. And I'm loving another sync that's happening here, because we have like lion energy here. And remember in our grandmother card, we had the Sphinx in behind her. And so here is the Awakener. So yes. I don't know why that's not the beginning of I'm trying to think of Reveille, but anyways, it's close enough. So we have this owl. So owl is wise energy. Any winged creature is a spirit messenger. So that's another sync of messenger coming in to awaken this stone-like lion, this that's lying down in this industrial side of it. So this owl is standing upon nature, blowing its horn, blowing its trumpet. It reminds Michael. Michael, the angel, is the angel that blows its trumpet. Although this owl is not in Michael's colors, Michael's colors are blue. But this angel is got red and this owl is red and orange. No, red and yellow. So it's here to enliven, awaken, and that's what we're doing. We're on this awakening path to become these pillars of light, because spirit, not us. We're not responsible to wake. We are not the owl. Okay, we are not the owl. As I already said, you don't need to be shouting at people to wake up. Oh my God, do you know what they're doing to the water? Oh my God, do you know this? We don't need to be shouting at people and frightening people and this and that, because spirit is going to blow its horn, and spirit is going to wake up the sleeping mass. Well, that's going to look interesting. That's going to be a little bit nerve-wracking. We have been awaiting this. There is a mass awakening that has been prophesized for thousands of years, and we are, as I said, on that tipping point, the precipice. The leaders and the light bringers to help facilitate these lions when they wake up. What are they going to be like? You might remember what your awakening felt like when you first started to wake up. There was a lot of confusion. There was a lot of anger. There was a lot of fear. There's still some of those energies kicking around inside. So the more that you ascend and be the example, just like I'm doing for my channel, you know, I'm still in my awakening, but I'm assisting other people's in their awakenings. So the more you do your own work, you can assist others and go, oh, I went through that. I know what you need. It's okay. So you let them come to you, because when they come to you, they may be cranky. They may not be enjoying it. It may be very difficult. It reminds me of the fable of the lion with the thorn that gets caught in its paw. And that's, you know, it's through suffering, and I've done a lot of videos lately on suffering. It's through suffering that somebody gets that wake-up call. And so waking up, that trumpet might be death for them, losing a parent or a partner or a child. Even that wake up call might be that thorn in the might be losing a job, losing financial security, losing a house, losing any of those. It might be illness, and people don't want to look at these things necessarily as a spiritual awakening. I'm not having a spiritual awakening. I'm stuck in the middle of this horrible situation, and because you've been ascended to a higher perspective, that horrible situation that they're experiencing is helping them to ascend. But they're not there yet. They don't have the perspective you do. They only have the perspective of, I'm in a really shitty situation in the 3D world, and everything's falling apart. So that's where we step into holding space and holding our arms open and saying, it's okay. I can hold space for you. I understand what you're going through, and we're not going to take it personally. If they get all, if you were a lion with a thorn in your paw, you'd be cranky too. And I'm sure you were cranky when your awakening started. Something triggered your awakening, and I'm sure it wasn't pleasant, because that's unfortunately the way these awakenings seem to go. Like, really, at the end of the day, the ego doesn't ever want to awaken up. The ego was quite comfortable in its, doped up, drugged out, numbed up, distracted state. It fights it tooth and nail. It does not want It likes this structure, this cold structure. Ego's quite comfortable in the matrix. And ego's like, so we need to be more nurturing and more gentle and more understanding. I understand. That's okay. I'm here for you when you need me. Good day. Excuse me while I back up a little bit and give you a little bit of space because, you know, also a lion can hurt you. Right? So don't stand too close. Stand ascended in a distance, safely. Hold space. What is it somebody said to me the other day? Say your truth, but take no shit, or something like that. Something along those lines. Okay, interesting. We had this card come up, the last read that I did. Card number 18, which is Balancing Shadow and Light, which is what we want. We have forgiveness and grimness. So is there some that energy that might be coming in from these lions might be a little bit grim and energy that's coming in. So look at this lady here. Okay. So we again have higher heart energy, we have throat chakra, we have crown chakra, we have third eye chakra energies, all higher energies coming in because it's in the higher energies that we let go of the attachments that we have to things as well as people as well as situations, so that we have the perspective to be able to see it from a higher wisdom and be able to understand the lesson that was involved with it. So whatever the wake-up call was for you in your life as well as everyone else's life, we can forgive the anger and the frustration and the pain and the suffering and all of that because we have a higher perspective of understanding, okay, this was a lesson that helped my own ascension, my own healing path. If I hadn't have been abused as a kid, I wouldn't have a YouTube channel. I wouldn't be doing this by no means. And so I can forgive what happened to me and see why it was happened. Now, forgiveness is a funny one for me. Forgiveness is a particularly funny one for me. And I think a lot of people get stuck up on, and I certainly have. Without question. It's not an easy energy to navigate. Forgiveness does not mean, in my opinion, and many may argue, forgiveness does not mean going up to somebody and saying, I forgive you for what you did. Because to me, that's one person talking to another person's ego. I don't forgive their ego for what they did to me. On a soul level, I can sit in meditation and have a conversation with their higher self, their soul, and say, listen, I get the role that you had to play that asshole so that I learned to create boundaries so that now I am a stronger person. I get that. I am not picking up the phone and calling my ex and telling him I forgive him. That would be me having a conversation with his ego. And there is 0 point in doing that. I forgive people who show up and own and atone for their actions. If somebody's presence, physical body, physical presence wants my forgiveness, it's going to require them to be in-souled for them to be able to have their own awareness of why they acted that way and own why they acted that way and then atone for why they acted that way. So I've done X, Y, Z wrong. Now I'm going out into the world and I'm doing the opposite thing and I'm showing up in these energies. So I'm doing volunteer work. I'm working at a homeless shelter. I'm helping kids get out of gangs because I used to be in a gang. That is a conversation that I'd be willing to have. If the person is still enmeshed and embedded in their ego, if they're still in this staunch, stone, fast asleep state of being, I'm not going to forgive them. I'm going to forgive their higher self and say, listen, thanks for the lessons. I learned them, and I'm going to move on for them. And so on a higher level, on a 5D, I forgive you. On a 3D, stay the fuck away from me, because you're still got a thorn in your paw, and if I get too close to you, you're liable to scratch me, bite me, hurt me again, and I'm not going to put myself at harm's way. So there's just a little tangent down the line of forgiveness, of how I personally look at forgiveness. Forgiveness means somebody in the 5D, in the 3D, means somebody is owning it. Not just saying I'm sorry, that means nothing if they don't atone it, okay? So you have to own it and atone it. If you don't own it and atone it, you're not actually sorry, because you're just perpetuating the same egoic pursuit of control and manipulation. So, no, I'm not going to forgive a manipulator. I'm going to forgive somebody who has atoned their manipulation and has learned how to be a functioning human being. On a spiritual level, I'm going to go, thank you very much for those lessons. I completely and utterly I forgive this. I'm not going to hold on to this. I'm going to give it up to God to sort everything out and balance the books. I don't need to do it. God's going to vindicate things for me. I'm going to not harbor onto resenting energies, because that's only going to be me holding on to energies that hurts me. So I don't want it. So I'm going to say, here, God, you take care of it. Thanks for the spiritual karmic lesson. I learned it, and I'm not going to be in grimness. I'm not going to spend the rest of my life going, nah, 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 nah. No, I'm going to move on. I'm going to be happy. I'm going to let go and say, you know, there is a silver lining to every horrific atrocity. So there's my personal view on forgiveness. You may or may not agree with me. That's okay. Let's move into the self-care affirmation book while I'm shuffling. Okay, we've got Yvonne sharing. Forgiveness is just the willing to not carry it around anymore. Happens naturally the more we heal. Yes, I like that. That is 100%. Denise adds, I forgive myself for accepting less than I would deserve, or less than I would deliver someone. Yes, self-forgiveness is numero uno of importance. If you cannot forgive self, you can't forgive anyone else anyways. All energies start and reside from within. And there we go. Self-discipline is self-caring. That is by M. Scott Peck. And it says here today, set one word intention for the day. What do you want to accomplish? I think grounding is actually my word for today, because as some of that anxiety that we are feeling is coming up as we're going through this ascension process, I personally am going to choose the word grounding. What word are you going to choose today? I love the juxtaposition of choosing grounding, considering most of these are talking about ascending, because the higher we climb, the deeper we need to be grounded, in my personal opinion, to get that balance and harmony that this messenger is talking about. So that's my word today. Show out in the comments what your word of what you want to accomplish. What energy do you want? One word, an energy that you want to feel. Gentleness. Ooh, I love that one. Gentleness. That's an excellent word. Excellent word. Anyone else have a one word? So we're moving next into the Healing Spirits Oracle. energies we need most. Endurance. Okay, so that's somebody's word for the day. Endurance is the key to success. And I love here, again, we have heart chakra and crown chakra energies coming in, a little bit of third eye energies. So again, we're in these higher realms. All the energies that are coming in today are higher chakra energies. So please be very careful to ground and use those minerals, as I said, if you get a depletion in your electrolyte balance, it can cause some not such pleasant experiences and symptoms in your ascension. We have kind of two spiritual figures here coming in, kind of, it's reminding me Archangel Raphael energy, bringing in, and then Archangel Zadkiel in the violet flame, of bringing in healing and transmutation. And understanding that this process, this ascension that we are on, this climbing this pillar of light, this ascending, this rebirthing, is going to require endurance. It is not a one-time fix. If awakenings was an overnight thing, our heads would blow up. It just would be too much. The type of merging and transformation and everything else that's required for this requires a steady and continual and practice. It's every single day practice. And I love how the card number for this is 2. So now we have 2, 2, 2s. We've got 2s, 2s, 2s. 2, 2, 2s. So today, for extra guidance from the heavens, we've got Archangel Samuel showing up. We've got Archangel Raphael, which is the archangel overseeing all healers and people who are on a healing mission. So call in Archangel Raphael if you're needing some assistance healing through this. And then Archangel Zadkiel, which is going to help you transmute all of those energies that we started with, accepting what is, all these things that are bubbling up around us, all these emotions and energies that are coming in. Archangel Zadkiel is a good one to call on and say, hey, I need to transmute this anxiety. Can you give me some guidance on that? I need to transmute this anger that I'm having. And you can visualize yourself in a pillar of violet light and just letting it just clear and cleanse and anything of that nature. What is the name of this deck that I'm using? This deck here is the Healing Spirits Oracle. This one, Healing Spirits Oracle, by Gordon Smith. It's a beautiful deck. It's one of my favorites. And since angels are coming into our read a lot today, I have the wisdom of the angels to see what message they can give us. So we've got very angelic cards coming in. Very ascended masters. Even Anna, grandmother of Jesus. Didn't know Jesus' grandmother's name was Anna. I knew that Mary's grandmother's name, or no, that's mother, name was Anne. Learned something new. So we've got an Anne and an Anna. Even her name, Anna, is like, what's it called when you can say it both ways at the same time? Balanced and in harmony is what it is. You are very welcome. Okay. Oh, there we go. We've got 2 messages coming in. I'm going to keep them both. See? 2 to 2s. 2 to 2s. 2 to 2s. 2 to 2s. First up, we have discernment. And discernment means sensing what feels right or wrong, trusting your judgment and acting on it. Your angel guidance is to look at the people and situations in your life now and respond to your gut feeling. And we talked already, stomachs coming up today, some upset in the tummies. Pay attention to your tummies. If your tummies are talking to you, they have something to say. What are they saying? Are they saying, I can't digest this bullshit of a life that you're feeding me anymore? I'm not just talking about food. I'm talking about situations. Is your stomach saying, No, I need to let this go. What is your sign? I had to let a lot go. Oh, that stomach flu was brutal. But yes, I was happy for the purge and the release once it was over. It took everything that was no longer in my highest and greatest good out of me, I can tell you that. So listen to the gut. Actually listen to it. Not symbolically, metaphorically, or spiritually. Actually listen to it. Actually listen to it. Learn to develop your intuition and ask the angels to help you discern the good from the bad. They will prompt and guide you. You will feel safer, happier, stronger, and clearer. Angel wisdom reminds you that when you can be trusted to use your discernment, you can serve the universe in a great way. Affirmation: I trust my intuition. That one is a challenge for anybody who has complex post-traumatic stress disorder, because your intuitive centers were shut down and you had to negate listening to self so that you would listen to somebody else. So as we come back to self and learn to cultivate trust in self and a relationship with our body, and listen to our body whenever our body communicates anything at all to us, it's trying to explain something to us. So sit in the knee ache, sit in the migraine, sit in the tummy ache, sit in it and say, what are you trying to say to me? I'm sorry that I've been so bad at listening. I'm going to forgive myself for that. I didn't know any better, because I had somebody come along and disable my own discernment center. And me putting my discernment center back online is going to require me listening to my body and my body's impulses and my emotions as GPS markers for me to make appropriate decisions based on my highest and greatest good. Because hopefully, those greatest, once we start to do that and trust in ourselves, we can move away from less than desirable situations and move into more pleasurable ones. We have the card of fun coming up. Fun? What the fuck is fun? Fun? I haven't seen that in a while. We would like some fun, perhaps. Your guidance is to take time to enjoy yourself, relax, and find a sense of humor. Treat things lightly. Fun brings lightness of spirit, and the most difficult situations can be eased if you see the funny side of things. So cultivate a sense of the ridiculous. How can you bring play, laughter, and fun into your social life, your relationships, your work life? When you have fun, the angels rejoice, for there is nothing they love more than the joy of play, humor, and laughter. So the affirmation is, I lighten up and make everything fun. This is reminding me of that scene in the Harry Potter movies, if you've watched them, where they have to cast and learn the spell Ridiculous, where they see their greatest fear wrapped in a costume that's ridiculous. So it might be like a clown nose, or the scary woman. How can we reframe something that is terrifying to us to see the folly of it? And that will be a little bit challenging for us to work on, to create our own Harry Potter spell of ridiculous, because that is what pulls us out of the really close-up view of something of, oh my God, this is terrible, and pulls us out into a higher self and see it from a higher perspective, and see that there is actually some ahas and humors. And it's a little bit like slapstick comedy sometimes when we see things from that angle, because we're like, oh yeah, okay, haha, I get you now. I see why I had to go through that experience, because yeah, I behaved like a twat when I was 14 and said that thing to that person, and now this is the exact same situation coming back and biting me on the ass. Ha ha, you got me good, you angels. Sometimes I joke that, my spirit team is like the directors of that television show Jackass, and I'm the jackass. You know, well, you're close up and you're looking at it from this perspective of that lion. Remember that lion of it's right here, it's in my face. It's not so funny. But when you pull yourself back and give yourself perspective to stand in that pillar of light and higher perspective, sometimes it's a little bit funny. It's a little bit. It's a little bit like, okay, I gotta stand myself up and brush myself off and say, yeah, all right, I gotcha. Yeah, you got me that time. It's like God coming along and going, psych! And you're like, oh, come on. So yes, we're going to try to see a little bit of the folly in some of the situation that are happening to us. And with fun, you know, let's let our inner child play a little bit in whatever way that is. Maybe it's art. I've been doing a little bit of art lately. Maybe it's watching a childish movie, like a cartoon movie, something light and gentle and a little bit nicer energy for ourselves. So those are all my decks chosen. If you, the viewer who is watching right now, would like me to pull an individual card for you, please do a shout out and I will intuitively pick a deck for you. And I can see what other messages Spirit wants to bring in, because the inspiration of you will help me pull more messages for everyone, because we are a collective. There is no just you. There is we. But you are my trigger to pick, not a trigger in a bad way, trigger in a good way, a glimmer. We need a better word for like a good trigger. We do. I need somebody to come up with a rhyming word for trigger that means a good thing that catalyzes. So I've been trying for that one for months and I haven't been able to come up with a good word. But there you go. Let's check to see what we have going on here. Yes, Harry Potter. Love Harry Potter. Very good messages in Harry Potter. Ellie would like to pick. Can you pick? Oh, like you want to pick a deck? Sure, you can pick a deck. If you know all my decks. I have a lot of decks, but if you've been watching me for a while, then you usually have an idea of which decks I use. So, and Aurora would like a card. So while I'm waiting to hear back from Ellie, I'm going to pull a card for Aurora. Aurora. Ooh, Aurora, I'm picking for you this one here. And I'm going to pull from the book for this. The White Light Oracle, and get a message for you. Oh, no, pick a card for Ellie. That's okay. Okay, so Aurora, I'm picking from the White Light Oracle. We've got a lot of light coming in, and your name reminds me of light. See, that's how it triggers. See, in a good way, trigger. Her name is Aurora. Aurora means light. Then I was like, oh, what decks do I have that have anything to do with light? And then I'm like, oh. Ooh. Okay, I swear I don't make this shit up, but this is why I use multiple decks. We've got card number 2. I love that. 2 stars. 2 2. And the card is Cupio Dissolvi. Excuse my Latin. You can see this beautiful woman lying in a restful position. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Snow White lying there. A lot of heart energy coming out of her. So this, I'm pretty sure this is something to do with love. Cupid. Cupio? It's Latin. Shall we find out what this card has to say to us and everyone? Cupio Dissolvi. I hope it's not dissolving love. Let's see. It is dissolving love. It's time to let go. Things are working out in their own way. Trust that your heart is wise and that it is leading you on a soul healing journey and the right spiritual path. Spirit wants to bring you a blessing and a resolution, but you must let go to allow it to happen. Events are unfolding according to a higher plan. Even if your plans are going awry, know that all will come together at the right time in the best way possible. Surrender your struggle and hold on to your faith. You do not need to control in order to be safe and have things work out in the best possible way. It is often spiritually deficient. In an often spiritually deficient modern culture, we have developed a kind of mystical amnesia. We have forgotten the genuine, effective, astonishing power of spiritual intervention that can be evoked by an open heart. The Oracle brings you a message from Spirit. There is a problem in your life that seems very real and substantial, yet if you approach it from a more mystical perspective, desiring spiritual connection and healing, that issue can dissolve. It can be absorbed into spiritual light and be healed. It can be transformed in such a way that your current viewpoint of suffering will cease to exist. There's a path for your healing you have yet to recognize as you let go of what you think you should or must be. You will recognize perhaps unexpected paths to your true healing and inner fulfillment open up before you. The Latin phrase cupio dissolvi refers to a desire to dissolve, to be absorbed into the luminosity of the soul, where there is beauty, relief, and peace. To enter into such a state requires loosening of our attachments and fixations upon our problems in the physical world. This does not mean that we deny our troubles. In letting go, we give Spirit permission to heal the state of our heart and mind that has led us into these difficulties. It can be surprising just how much we hold on to things we wish to be freed of. It might help you to let go if you reflect on what would be different for you if this problem is no longer in your life. Sometimes we might hold on to pain hoping to gain acknowledgement from a certain person who may just lack the emotional capacity and spiritual development to grant us a heartfelt apology. Sometimes we punish ourselves by holding on to pain, holding impossible and unhelpful standards of inhuman perfection when we could forgive ourselves and move on. Spiritually, we have the power to forgive and free ourselves and others. There is so much to be gained in doing so, in a way to heal the heart from emotional poison, awaken inner peace and freedom to move forward with our lives. As we forgive and enter the temple of the heart, we see beautiful visions of what is now possible. Feelings of euphoria may awaken. We realize we have set ourselves free from the past. A constant that once weighed heavy upon our hearts has been cast off by our spiritual will, knowing we have such a beautiful power within that can bring gratitude and wonder to our hearts. In this spiritual landscape of the heart, we let go of what we think and engage with what we feel. The true mystical experiences of divine love is not just emotional, it is transfiguring. It helps us transform ourselves and our lives. This oracle guides you to immerse yourself in the spiritual light within your heart. A beautiful and uplifting outcome is being offered to you. Trust in Spirit. Let go and receive. I absolutely love this card because it pretty much sums up everything today's read was, that when we sit in our heart space, allowing everything to come up, we will be ascended. All this transformation, this heart energy that I was talking about, connecting is Shamuel. Shamuel, please help me heal my heart. Help me lift myself out of this so that I can awaken within me no longer a need to go and try to fix others, but just worry about my own ascension, forgiving myself for what got me embroiled in situations that I shouldn't have been embroiled with. And now I can rise above that, and I can forgive them on a soul level for their role that they played in these lessons that they taught me. Being always in an energy of self-caring and continuing on this path, this enduring path, being enduring to yourself. You're so enduring. Love the fuck out of that heart space. Sit in that heart space. Hold the heart space. Give the heart space everything that it possibly needs so that you are listening from a place of discernment, which hopefully is going to bring us to a more pleasurable interactions with all around us, within us and all around us. So I love this beautiful little lady who's lying back and letting go and saying, take it. Take this from me. Take it. Take it. Checking in, we have Aisha. One card for Aisha. Did I say that correctly? Aisha. Oh, good. And Aurora says this was the perfect card for her. And thank you. Aisha. Aisha, I'm going to give you a Harry Potter card. There we go. So we were talking about Harry Potter. Came up in our readings today. This is a kid's deck. If it comes up as ridiculous, I'm going to just laugh. That's what I'm going to do. But this is the Harry Potter spell deck. And I like it because you can get derived messages from everything. It's not particularly meant as an oracle deck, but I got it because, why not? And there we go. Oh, we've got two! Okay. First we have Slugulus Recto, and then we have Protego. So you'll recall the Slugulus one is when Ron Weasley is regurgitating slugs. So what this is saying to me is definitely throat chakra awareness of what people are saying to you. If it's not what you're wanting to hear, they might be regurgitating out their own shadow and their own stuff. Right? So when you're in this high vibe energy of illuminating out into the world and you're like, this is me, I'm being authentic, and you go out and you just are you and you just start saying things to people. Sometimes if people haven't reached that same level of awakening that you have at and are still in this low, darker, denser energy, what they do is they project the shadow onto the you, which is no different than puking up a whole bunch of slugs at you. And how it sounds, you can know this when it's coming at you, is these nasty spells that are coming back at you. It sounds like projection, like you. You're so mean. You shouldn't do this. You shouldn't do that. You should. So if somebody's throwing a lot of, you're this, you're that. Why are you like that? You shouldn't be like this. Maybe they're having a case of Slugulus Erecto, and what they're doing is they're puking up their own shadow at you because they don't want it. So you're triggering in them, and I had this experience recently, and it made me laugh. I saw the fun in it because I recently posted a good few posts about cannabis use. And I have nothing against cannabis use. If you use cannabis, great. Do you? I don't care. I'm not judging one way or another on what it is for you. I simply was telling my story about me choosing to give it up because it no longer resonated as something that I needed to use. It was something that worked for me for a while, and I was a great medicine for me for a while, and then I was like, oh, this isn't working for me anymore. I have to let go of this attachment. And so I was like, hey, look at me. I gave this up. I feel so good about myself. And people were like, sluggulous at me, like you wouldn't believe. And I didn't expect it. That's why I thought it was so funny, because the culturally we kind of anticipate the cannabis users are pretty chill. So that was the last group of people I thought I would piss off. Drinkers, you anticipate if you say to a drinker, I don't drink, then they're gonna go, why don't you drink? You kind of expect it. I didn't expect it. I did not expect it at all when I mentioned that I had quit cannabis use, because they perceived that me quitting meant that I was saying they should quit too. That's not what I was saying. That was not what I said at all. But because they got triggered and their inner insecurities, they immediately went into defensive mode and was like, it's a medicine. You should know better. You shouldn't say that. And I was like, okay, you didn't read what I said, and now you're attacking me. Goodbye. So my message to you is, if somebody else is projecting onto you their shadow, do not pick it up and take ownership of it. You don't pick up the slug and go, oh, does this belong to me? Should I have it? Is it mine? Should I put it down my shirt? No. You go, ew, gross. You're gross. I'm going to take a step back. And the next one that came up was Protego, which I'm assuming is about protection. Yes. So Protego is a charm to counter the slug one, which is conjures a protective shield around the caster. So during the battle of, just give you some background, during the Battle of Hogwarts, Molly Weasley and others cast this spell, creating a protective dome-like force field above Hogwarts. Okay, so when people are projecting their shadow at you, cast yourself in a shield, a dome of light to protect you from their nonsense, and just be like, okay, I've triggered ya. Good luck with that. I'm not taking it personally, because that's not what I meant, but I'm in my own little shield of protection. So I hope that resonates very much with you there, darling. Next up, let's see. Sorry, I have to go back. We've had so many cards. Emotional poison. Yes, it is emotional poison, so you don't swallow it. And Ellie would like a card. Ellie. I'm pulling for Ellie from my chakra, one of my chakra decks. And then Jazzy Jen. Yes, Jazzy Jen says, I guess when we quit smoking, we don't hang out with stoners anymore. It does kind of seem to be the way, that it's very difficult to still exist within a community of an energy of something that you gave up. So drinkers shouldn't go to pubs and hang out. It just, you're not going to resonate with drinkers, and smokers are going to find it difficult to be around other smokers, and people who are in toxic relationships, and then you leave a toxic relationship and your social circle is a whole bunch of people still in toxic relationships. You're going to find it difficult to go to those weekend getaways when you're watching and observing other toxic patterns that you're like, yeah, I got myself out of this. I can't listen to this. I gotta go. So yes, whatever you pull yourself up out of, it's very difficult to be in the energy again. And we got two cards, because of course everything's two. Today is the Jacob Tutu and the Hood Fang thing. I don't know if that's a Canadian reference from my childhood. So yes, it is when you lift yourself up this pillar of light and clear out energies that no longer resonate with you, whatever it is, you're going to find it difficult. No different than going to a restaurant. If you are a healthy eater and you used to be, somebody that always went to like pizza parlors, and all your friends are like, hey, let's go for pizza, you're going to be like, no, I don't want to. So yes, be forewarned. When you give something up, you give up not just the thing, you give up all of the culture and the people and the places and the activities that went along with that thing. That's why you need to have something new to cultivate in yourself. So we have, I like this for the collective. So excellent, Ellie, for asking me to pull these cards. First, we have up isolation, but then completion. So I'm taking these two cards together as a message that we are completing the phase of isolation that we have found ourselves in. That means reintegration back in to some society. I like how this is like a tux, getting ready to go back out into the world and present ourselves anew. I don't know what this thing is underneath him. It looks like some gloves and perhaps a sword. I hope nobody's like planning to have any swords. So yes, we have put a completion, and this is like a grave site. So I think who we have buried in actuality is ourselves. Is who we have buried. We're letting go of the versions of ourselves that had previously come before to move into a new dawn, a new energy, because who we were before was somebody that was at war with themselves. And behind here you see a kind of a soldier energy. So we are embracing and holding all those aspects of self that used to be fractured and at war with ourselves. That inner critic, the ego, the shadow aspects. We were in this constant battle, and now we're like, it's all right. Hey, we're just gonna all be good together. The good sides of me, the bad sides of me. Oh, look, it's my inner bitch coming out today. And be in a higher perspective, to not get sucked into it, but to just observe from a position of I can manage all of my faces when I go back out into the world. I'm no longer separated from. I'm no longer disjointed. I'm brought back together in wholeness. So I have been reborn, but to be reborn, you need to die first. And I even like how this tox energy is balancing that black, white, and red. So it's putting, and the red goes right on the throat, which is I am now my authentic me. That's who's born. I can speak from I'm grounded in myself. I can speak my truth. I have love for myself. I've balanced my shadow and my light energies into this one, and it's surrounded by this light blue energy. So I am authentically me. I'm ready to go out in the world and be authentically me. I honor the warrior that I was, that I had to bury all of those aspects of self. I honor the path that the wars, the challenges, and everything, and I can hold myself in loving, kind compassion. Wow, you really went through it. You've done it. Which kind of brings us back to accepting what is. Now you're in an energy of, after what I've been through, I can survive anything. So bring it. Bring it. Bring it. Bring it. I missed somebody here. Now I have to, let's go back into some comments. Ellie says that her neighbor did that sluggish projection on me. Yeah, so let's all be aware, on the lookout. You're gonna trigger people, and they will throw slugs. And let's remember where we said we're trying to make things a little bit more ridiculous. So the next time that somebody comes at you shouting out nasty, in your mind's eye, smile, have fun with it, right? Message from the, have fun with it, and imagine them spitting out slugs. They're not going to look so scary or serious if you're visualizing them spitting out slugs. Yes. Jazzy Jen, I needed to pull a card for you, Jazzy Jen, I believe, if I go back. I would love some insight from me too. So yes, insight, since you say the word insight, I'm going to pull from my other chakra deck, which is my chakra insight deck. See how it gets triggered? See how it gets triggered? And then we also have Jazzy Jen asking specifically, why do you have a crush on this dude? I don't know, twin flame? If he's your twin flame, that's a whole thing. I have a whole playlist on twin flames, and I don't have the same approach as all the experts out there, although we agree on one thing, and that is this is your spiritual journey. If you think it's just a crush that's at play, and you got some dude that you just can't stop thinking about, and it's like confusing you to no get out, you might want to hop into my twin flame playlist. Your card, my darling, is oh my god, see card number 2. I don't even, we've lost count how many 2s. Card number 2, belonging, community, culture, tribe, family. And I love this because you're asking about a dude, and the card imagery that came out is 2 eggs in a basket. So, yes, which tells me, even adding in this, the tribe energy, is you might be at the start, the seedling stage, the beginning of a twin flame journey. And if that is the case, my darling, then you need to hold yourself in incredible protection. Nest yourself, take care of yourself, bring yourself back to you. This is your awakening. This is your journey. Nurture. So much nurturance is going to be required on your path, because this journey propels you to start looking at all of the shadow, all of the lineage that you have learned thus far in this life of who you think you are, and it's going to help transform you from one thing into another. An egg here starts, what comes first, the egg or the chicken? The twin flame journey is to take you from one form of being and transform you into completely different thing. It is not a romance story. It is a story of transformation and spiritual maturation to bring about connecting you back to soul family, soul tribe, soul, your soul. Alignment with your soul. So I hope that resonates with you. Let's go back into the comments. We have, oh good, Ellie says, oh my god, isolation 100%. So yes, we'll end to that. That would be nice, wouldn't it? We've got lots of perfects, wows, yays. Thank you for beyond excellent reading. You're most welcome. Jazzy Jen says, lots of laughs. Oh dear. Yep. Yes. Okay. I think we all know where that one's heading for you, darling. So that is my read today. Unless anyone else that I missed wants a card, shout it out now. Please and thank you. And if anybody has any questions that they would like answered on any particular videos coming up of issues that you might be dealing with, please reach out to me and send off a message, and I can do a video for you on that. And if you would like to book a private read with me, the way to do that is to send me off an email at justbebeing@gmail.com. The link, the email address is in the description. And we can set up a half an hour oracle read. You get to pick 6 of my decks, and then we go from there. So you'll be divinely guided of which decks resonate with you, and all of my services, whether it be oracle reads and or intuitive counseling sessions, or maybe you want an intuitive counseling oracle read. Mishmash, in which case, if you're just looking for an oracle read, that's half an hour. If you're looking for a mishmash of like let's have an insight deeper into that, we can book an hour-long session. I book by half an hour, 2 hours, depending on what it is that you're looking for. And all of my services are by donation. I have 3 recommended price points depending on your financial abilities, to not put anyone into harm's way financially, but to be able to have a good, fair exchange of energy. Feel free to reach out to me if you would like to book one of those. And then we have Humankind is Awakening, saying she would like to take a card, or he. If you have the time, I certainly do. I can add one in. And Dragon Energy is coming up immediately for you, my darling. So we are going into the elemental kingdom to get some messages from the dragons as a final goodbye. The dragons have the final word for today's reading. And to review in today's reading while I'm shuffling, we are learning to accept what is, no longer judging it for good or bad, allowing shadow and light to both coexist as we transmute ourselves up this ascension path through this pillar of light, as we are birthing ourselves anew, standing in our own light, following the divine plan and not our plan. Ooh, I like it! And being in harmony, balance, open, because as we do ourselves, just be ourselves, we don't need to wake up anybody. Spirit is waking others up for us, and as they get awoken, we are going to be able to help guide and assist them through their own experiences, learning to forgive ourselves, forgive others, managing our endurance, self-care, using our discernment, having some fun, not taking on other people's projections, being in our heart space. When people do project out to us, we're going to visualize slugs coming out of their mouth and a nice bubble of light protecting us. We are being called out of our period of isolation. That time is done. Because transformation is part of this game. We can't stay in our own little bubbles forever. If we stayed in our egg forever, we would die. The egg's got to crack and release us. And our last card up, and I'm digging it, is Destiny. Destiny! So look at that rainbow energy of just everything in alignment and flying high into the clouds. Which is just fantastic. We are becoming enlightened. We are becoming balanced. All of the chakras are becoming fully functional. And so when all of the chakras are fully functional, we are in alignment, we are in balance, we are in harmony, we ascend up and we can fly to great heights. So there you go. Yes to destiny. Follow the destiny. So there we go. Thank you, and thank you to all of you out there. And I look forward to seeing you on Sunday for another oracle read. Go back to regular time. Peace out, everybody. Oh, and thank you very much for that super. That's awesome.